Sri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai. There was a young man, into what supernatural states he used to pass. How many kinds of visions he had. He would, for example, do pranam and remain in that posture for hours together, without raising his head, tears streaming down his cheeks. He declared that he saw and heard Krishna teaching Arjuna, as described in the Gita, and that he used to have many other visions and locutions of the kind. This body told him that if a sadhaka could not remain firm, control over his mind, he would be liable to see and hear many things, both illusory and genuine, all mixed up. He might even be subjected to the influence of some spirit or power. Such occurrences, far from creating pure divine aspiration, hinder than help. Moreover, to see someone in a vision or to hear him address you may well become a source of self-satisfaction or egotistic enjoyment. To lose control over oneself is not desirable. In the search after truth, one must not allow oneself to be overpowered by anything, but should watch carefully whatever phenomena may supervene, keep fully conscious, wide awake, in fact retaining complete mastery over oneself. Loss of consciousness and of self-control are never right. In the course of the same conversation, Sri Ma said, "The Lord Buddha is himself the essence of enlightenment. All partial manifestations of wisdom that come in the course of sadhana culminate in supreme enlightenment, Bodh Swarup. In a similar way, supreme knowledge, Gyan Swarup, or supreme love, Bhav Swarup, may be attained. As there is a state of supreme self-knowledge, likewise is there a state of perfection at the zenith of the path of love. There one finds the nectar of perfect love identical with supreme knowledge. In this state, there is no room for emotional excitement. Indeed, that would make it impossible for supreme love, Maha Bhav, to shine forth. Be mindful of one thing. If, when following a particular line of approach, one does not attain to that which is the consummation of all sadhana, namely the final goal, it means that one has not really entered that line. At the supreme summit of love, which is Mahabhav, exuberance, excessive emotion and the like cannot possibly occur. Emotional excitement and supreme love are in no wise to be compared. They are totally different from one another. While absorbed in meditation, whether one is conscious of the body or not, whether there is a sense of identification with the physical or not, under all circumstances, it is imperative to remain wide awake. Unconsciousness must be strictly avoided. Some genuine perception must be retained, whether one contemplates the self as such or any particular form. What is the outcome of such meditation? It opens up one's being to the light, to that which is eternal. Suppose the body had been suffering from some pain or stiffness. Lo and behold, after meditation, it feels perfectly hale and hearty, with not a trace of fatigue or debility. It is as if a long period of time had elapsed in between, as if there had never been a question of any discomfort. This would be a good sign. But if tempted at the first touch of bliss to allow oneself to be drowned in it and later to declare, "Where I was, I cannot say, I do not know," this is not desirable. As one becomes capable of real meditation, and to the extent that one contacts reality, one discovers the ineffable joy that lies hidden even in all outer objects. If on the other hand one loses oneself, as it were, lapsing into a kind of stupor while engaged in meditation, and afterwards claims to have been steeped in intense bliss, this sort of bliss is a hindrance. If the life force seems to have been in abeyance, just as one has a sense of great happiness after sound sleep, it indicates stagnation. It is a sign of attachment, and this attachment stands in the way of true meditation, since one will be apt to revert to this state again and again, although from the standpoint of the world, which is altogether different, it would seem a source of profound inward joy, and therefore certainly an indication of spiritual progress. To be held up at any stage is an obstacle to further progress. It simply means one has stopped advancing. While engaging in meditation, one should think of oneself as a purely spiritual being, Chinmay, as self-luminous, poised in the bliss of the self, Atmaram, and in accordance with the Guru's instructions, try to concentrate on one's Ishta. The young man previously mentioned, the one who used to have visions, was intelligent and therefore able to understand this sort of reasoning. As a result, the spectacular experiences ceased, and he now attends to his meditation and other spiritual exercises in a very quiet, unobtrusive manner. Sri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai.